Now that is how you follow up a disastrous game one. And the Leafs, as much as they stressed you out like crazy, they did what they were supposed to do. Go to Boston, split the series with the 3-2 win tonight over Boston at TD Garden tonight. Holy smokes, what a game. And for the Leafs, what did we talk about in the last video? Ilya Samsonov, not great. Jeremy Swayman was great, which, again, I don't know why he didn't play tonight, but I'm not complaining, fine. And your stars. They were your stars tonight. Sure, Max Domi had a goal, but John Tavares on the power play and Auston Matthews with the game winner. We talked about it, your stars needing to be your stars, and they were on this night. They got their first lead of the postseason, and they locked it down in the third period. Let's break this puppy down. First period, not great. Morgan Geekie scores 10-18 in on the power play. Special teams are already a disaster. You're down 1-0 halfway through the period. The TD Garden's buzzing, and we're like, oh boy, here we go again. But 14 seconds after that, Auston Matthews fires one on, and Max Domi net front, just banging away at the loose puck, and it goes past Linus Ullmark, and the Leafs have tied the game 14 seconds after the Bruins take the lead 1-0. A massive, massive goal for the Leafs in that spot. Domi from Matthews at 10:32 of the first period. But then the backbreaker happens, and how many times have we seen the Leafs do this, right? They play an all right period. You've tied the game. You're looking to go into the intermission 1-1, which is not a bad thing at all in this situation. But 8 seconds left. For some reason, they leave David Pastrnak sitting right in the slot. No one around. And it was McAvoy or Zacco, one of the two, laid on a platter for him. And he buries it. Past Ilya Samsonov. 8 seconds left in the period. You're down 2-1. A gut-wrenching moment for Leaf fans. And you're down 2-1 after 20 minutes. Shots on goal are 14-10 in favor of the Leafs. Fine. Sure. Then, second period. Late in the second period. Under 2 to play. And this is right after Tyler Bertuzzi gets a goal called back for high sticking. And you're like, of course it does, because it's supposed to happen this way. John Tavares gets the puck in the slot and is like, you know what? Screw this. On the power play, spins, slap shot in the slot, beats Linus Ullmark underneath the blocker, I believe it was, to tie the game at 2 with under 2 to play in the second period. Tavares from Burt and Matthews at 18:26, and now you go into the intermission, tied 2-2. A very different vibe probably in that locker room. Shots on goal were 12-9 in favor of the Leafs. And you get 20 minutes to try and win a game, win a period, and get right back in the series and give your confidence a massive, massive jolt. And just over midway through, Lyubushkin gets the puck behind his own net, gives it up on the boards to Max Domi, and Max Domi lays this saucer chip pass thing to Matthews at the blue line, who's got body position on the defender. Matthews gets it with his glove, drops it, and he's away to the races on a breakaway, and the backhand, forehand undressing of Linus Ullmark. Buddy's jockstrap was hanging up in the back of the net. He had to reclaim that. And Matthews gets his first of the playoffs and puts the Leafs in front for the first time in the 2024 postseason, 3-2. Matthews from Domi and Lyubushkin at 12:06 of the third period. But as a Leaf fan, where does your mind go after that goal? There's still 8 minutes to play. That's it. And how are they going to blow it? It's not if they're going to blow it or if they're going to hang on or come on, guys, hang on to it. No, it's how are they going to screw this up? Well, they didn't. Now, there was a play late in the game, that the absolute mad scramble in front of the net. Somehow they couldn't find the loose puck and bury it. Meanwhile, Samsonov is literally on his knees looking into the net, his back to the puck, and probably just hoping and praying that he has it. And he did. Because Auston Matthews gets behind him and kind of tucks the puck in between his legs where no one else can get after it. So it got real hairy there. But he was able to keep the puck out. And somehow, some way, the Leafs hang on to this one. Get outshot 10-7 in the third period. But who the hell cares? You win 3-2 in Boston. Shots on goal were 33-29 in favor of the Leafs. Special teams-wise, Leafs were 1 for 3. Bruins were 1 for 2. And the second penalty pissed me off to no end. Late in this game, you have a 3-2 lead. Why is Ilya Lyubushkin basically throwing a punch at a guy's face? It makes zero sense. And it really got under my skin because, shout out to my friend Henry, who's live streaming the last few minutes of the game. I had to give it back. I had to give the phone back because I was pissed. I'm like, you could, that Boston power play is lethal. The Leafs penalty kill is awful. And you were giving them an opportunity with like 5 minutes to go in this game to possibly tie it. Now, thank God they didn't score on it. But it's those type of things you cannot let happen. But I'm definitely happy with the dub. Hits-wise, because people have to say that the Leafs aren't physical, blah, blah, blah. 44-41 in favor of the Bruins. They were right there physically for the second consecutive game. They've outshot the Bruins, and Ilya Samsonov was much better tonight. 2 goals on 29 shots and 931 save percentage. He was great, and guess what? As I mentioned, your best players have to be your best players, and Auston Matthews was not being denied today. He did not want to go back to Toronto down 2-0 and have all the narratives and all that nonsense. He put up a 3-point night, had a point on every single goal today, a goal and 2 assists, was a +2, had 8 shots on net, 6 hits for Auston Matthews today as well. Played over 23 minutes, well-deserved. He was a mutant. Max Domi had a couple points, a goal and an assist, a +2 for him. Tavares had a goal. Burt and Bushkin both had assists on in the game as well. Both were +2s. Riley was also a +2 as well. You'll love to see it. Also, hits-wise, Joel Edmondson, 5 hits in the game. And boys, ladies and gentlemen, I'm loving myself some Joel Edmondson. I didn't like his pinch in game 1, but right at the end of regulation, when the game was already over, Leafs had won 3-2, and right as he took the shot, who was it that took the shot? McAvoy? I don't know, whoever it was, takes a shot, Edmondson blocks it, and then it was McAvoy, I think it was. And Edmondson gives him a little hack to the back of the ankle as he's going to the ground, and I'm like, oh, I love to see it. Because sure, Stripes has the arm go up, that's a penalty for the Leafs. Hey, ref, buddy, zeros on the scoreboard, bud. They don't carry over for the next game, so I love it. Right at the very end, and also shout out to Brad Marchand for being the absolute rat of all rats. Bertuzzi gives him a little hack on the back of the leg, and he drops like he just got shot. And also, shout out to Jack Edwards. If you haven't seen the clip going around, Jack Edwards talks about how he hated it. He hated that call going against the Leafs. Just going to leave it at that. They did their job. We move on to the next one. And that next game is on Wednesday as the Leafs host the Boston Bruins. Now, what is this saying in sports? Especially in sports where you have, a 7-game series and whatnot. You're never in trouble until you lose a game at home. The Bruins lost their game at home. They lost home ice advantage. Now, not saying the Leafs are going to win both games at home and this and that, but you go out there on Wednesday on home ice and beat the Bruins, vibes can be different. And the mindset for Leaf fans, not going to say it's going to be any better because until we see the Bruins out, if that's even possible, that's when the vibes will be there. But for right now, we're happy with the win tonight. Enjoy the hell out of it, Leafs Nation. Because everyone's saying Bruins in 4. Well, that ain't happening. And it's now going to change to Bruins in 5. But you know what? I don't care. Enjoy the win, Leafs Nation. And Wednesday night, they look to go up 2-1 in the series. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the win tonight, because winning a playoff game against the Bruins, I understand you'd like to see a series win over the Bruins, but one step at a time. You can't win a 4-game series in one game. So, on to the next one. But hit that like button if you guys enjoyed it. The subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, would you not like from the game for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and of course TikTok is down below, so follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys Jays Edition tomorrow night as we play Game 2 of the 4-game series between the Jays and the Royals. Kevin Gausman versus Michael Wacha. It's a 7:40 first pitch Toronto time, but I'm here in KC, so it's a 6:40 first pitch here. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're back in action on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock puck drop. Leafs, Bruins. Leafs are going to take a 2-1 series lead. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the win tonight for sure. We'll talk to you guys then.